Shit. What do you think you could beat John Jones in?
Video games.
Video games. Ping pong.
Nah, he'll fuck me up in ping pong.
Ping pong.
Yeah, I'm not a sport. I'm not made for any sport. But
what else? What else are you really good at?
Wait, what sort of video games?
Huh?
What sort of video games?
I like shoot'ems, like Rainbow Six Siege, COD, stuff like that.
COD?
Yeah.
Okay, what about if it was one-on-one flag football and you were the receiver and he was the cornerback?
Nah, he'll beat me at that too.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Where's your confidence at?
I just keep it real. So you think I be capping? I just keep it real. Ask anybody that know me. I don't be capping.
Keep it real, yeah.
I keep it real. That's part of my coaching from Memphis.
You went into that fight thinking you were gonna win.
Yeah, I did. I was
until he crawled in the ring. Then you were like, shit.
I was overly confident in that fight.
You think?
I know.
Why? What made you overly confident?
Because I trained really hard. I didn't have any injuries, and I'm telling you, at that point, I never lost a fight when I was in that stage, in that setting. When because MMA fighters, we always injured when we fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
but
I know that.
I moved I stayed in Denver for like 2 or 3 months, trained up there at high altitude. That's where the fight was, and I moved into a gym. My first time really taking supplements, and I was running like 6 to 7 miles a day
at altitude.
At altitude,
yeah.
I was there. I was in the best shape of my life. Yeah, and I was like, this kid finna get knocked the fuck out.
Bro, I've been watching a lot of his highlights, and he's like the most barbaric fighter. Like, he loves to just fucking elbow to the face and
he's a dirty fighter. He's one of the dirtiest fighters too.
You think it's dirty? Like, I was looking at his techniques and shit, and I'm like,
no, he's dirty. He's a dirty fighter.
But he's elbow to the. But it's all like legal, right?
Yeah, some of the stuff. But he'll eye poke you. If you start doing good, he'll eye poke you. Then he'll kick your knee backwards. But he'll call like an oblique kick, which kick you above the knee. But he's kicking your kneecap backwards.
Oh my gosh!
And poke you in the eye. He's a dirty fighter. Which only reason why I bring him up, because he's such a good fighter. He got some of the best technique. He don't need to be a dirty fighter. That's how good he is.
But do you think that's his technique, or you think that?
Yeah, he's smart. He's real smart. Like that's the way he fight. I'm not knocking, but me, I always fought with honor. I've never eye poked anybody in my 25 years of fighting, and I've never low blowed anybody. Even though this one Japanese fighter, he pretended like I need him in the nuts, and I know I didn't, and he got carried out in the stretcher. Whole big thing. But I always I take honor in my fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to be the best guy that day. You know, I don't like do any shady, I don't do none of that shit.
So when he did come in the ring like that, like Wolverine, did that fuck you up, or did it affect you, or no?
Yeah, it affected me a little bit.
And the reason I asked that is because Joe Rogan always talks about, like, I love watching the press conference with McGregor and Aldo. Mm-hmm. And he always talks about McGregor won that fight in the press conference. Like, Aldo was not used to being in Rio de Janeiro, and there's a bunch of Ireland fans doing these chants. Can that, like, a moment like that, it can really affect your entire mindset?
Not me, but maybe somebody else, yeah.
So, but when you saw that, did it, fuck with you a little bit, being like, Jesus, this is going down, or this guy's the best, or?
No. It was just, some fighters, we what you call it? We manifest and stuff like that. You visualize your fights and stuff like that. And he broke my manifestation by crawling to the ring because I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Because you play your fight out in your mind, like the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? You play your fight out in your mind because you.
Does it usually turn out how you like?
A lot of times, yeah. Oh. Yeah, if you kill all the doubt, because you always going to get doubt. Right. So when you manifesting your fight and then you see yourself getting knocked out or something like that, you got to put 100 more or 1,000 more images of your mind in your mind, or you knocking another guy out. And this is what I say about John Jones. He's like the Neo of MMA because his mind is so strong. And I really, at the end of the day, it's all about our will. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand, that our Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth and everything, he gave us free will. And a lot of us don't understand what that means. And I truly do. So my will versus his will at the end of the day, the will to win. You heard people saying that in the fight, but people don't understand words. I'm telling you back to these things called words. So his will defeated my will when he crawled into the ring, because I was like, it fucked me. It broke my whole chain of thought, because I didn't imagine it. Because you got to see the whole fight. You play it out in your mind. Him walking him walking into the ring, and he's doing this, and he's doing this shit, and he's bent down on the cage and stuff like that. But when he crawled out like that was like.
So then my question for that is, what was the scenario in your mind?
But I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He broke.
No, before that.
Before what?
Like when you're manifesting the fight with John Jones.
I thought it was
nights before, what are you seeing in your head?
I was going to knock John Jones the fuck out because I didn't think he had a chin because it's so hard to hit him. Like, you don't see people hitting him.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I heard rumors of him getting knocked out in the gym.
Yeah, no, I've seen that too. But there's no evidence of that.
No evidence. They probably don't film, but just little rumors here and there, right? Little whispers. Mm-hmm. So I honestly thought I was going to knock him out because I brought in really big guys to spar with, like his height and stuff like that. And so I was knocking them all out.
Yeah.
But the one thing I didn't have somebody with his body type to do jiu-jitsu with.
Yeah.
And that's where I fucked up.
If you had to just like summarize one thing about him, what do you think makes him like the best or just so good? That's different from everybody else. Outside of him being like, he's a scary dude. He's a beast.
I don't think John Jones
and I think
is
that he's scary because like when I watch, there's a lot of like, if you go on TikTok, there's a lot of like UFC highlights of like finishes and everyone is him on top of the guy just elbowing.
Yeah.
Like.
I told you, it's his mind.
Because he's so confident when he goes in there, he doesn't even think about losing. Zero chance he ever thinks about like.
No, his mind. You got to pay attention to stuff he says. He knows. I've
watched a lot of him in DC talking back and forth, and it's like he's so confident, doesn't ever break, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
He's Neo.
Yeah.
You seen The Matrix?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. John Jones is Neo.